Hello everyone, I am Julius Solomon from Crypto Class Africa. I'm going to explain to you what Bitcoin is and how it came into existence. So before I get into the full explanation, let's see it this way. Let's start with money. We are going to travel back in time a bit and talk about money. So what is money in the actual sense? Money is like an exchange for value. So for example, if I want something valuable from you, I'm going to give you money, then you give me the valuable thing. Or if I have something in my possession that is valuable to me, you can give me money and I give you the thing. Okay, that we exchange. So you give me money, I give you what I have that is valuable, with a trust in the money I have that is going to retain that value. So in times to come, I can also use the money to buy whichever valuable things I see elsewhere. Okay, so for example, let's say I have a phone I want to sell and you want to give me something to get the phone, so you give me money, and I must have trust in the money as well, that whenever I need to get anything valuable to me, I should be able to use that money to buy it, okay, to buy that particular thing. That is how money came into existence. And in so many years ago, in time past, a lot of things has been used as money. Okay, we've done trade by barter and so many things, and a lot of things has represented money till the time of gold, whereby gold is valuable and we can use it as money. But the problem that came with using gold and other forms of money is that having the denominational currency is a problem. So if you want to get a cup of tea or you want to buy a tuber of yam in the market, you can't take your whole gold bar to the market just to buy a tuber of yam. And it makes no sense for you to break down your tubers or your gold bar into 50 places or 100 places just to take a fraction of it and buy the yam or the cup of tea. That is how the paper money came into existence, whereby it has so many denominations. You see, like 5 naira, like $1, $5, $10. You understand? That is how it came into denomination. Okay, how do we transfer the value from gold to paper? Now, a government, which is a bank, which is the government institution, will tell you that, okay, if you have a gold bar and it is worth $1,000, you can bring it and we give you $1,000 paper. So the value of that gold is like it's transferred to the paper. And there's absolute trust that whenever you want to use or you want your gold back, you just bring the $1,000 dollars or naira you are given back to them and you get your gold bar. Okay, that is how the value was pegged. So we have $5, we have $10, we have nairas, we have so many fiat currencies. So the fiat currency is created by government. So as time goes by, we transferred our trust from thing to someone. Before, our trust was on gold. Now we transferred it to the government, okay, which is the naira or the paper money that the government created, and peg it with like the gold value. So we start trusting them and we start using the naira or the paper money and start spending it and buy what you want. So as time goes by, we have to try the idea of using gold at all. Okay, so you can buy gold and retain value in it. You can keep it for some time and sell it back, but you can no longer buy gold and use the gold to buy anything. Okay, we have paper money already. And while using paper money, the paper money is called fiat money. And fiat is, I think, a Greek or Latin word, which means by decree. So it is actually decided by the government. Okay, this is a decree to make it a legal tender. That, okay, if you have a service you are rendering or anything you want to exchange for a value, money is valuable and it is legal. If anybody tends it that, okay, I want to buy this thing and actually want to sell it, so money should be the only way you should accept it. Okay, that's a legal tender. So if you want to accept it by other means, they are not legal tender. That's like an agreement between you and the other party. Okay, so as time goes by, the paper or the fiat currency has its own disadvantage and setback. And one of the disadvantages is it is centralized. Okay, and the supply is unlimited. How do I mean? We have the central bank, which is issuing out the money and which is controlled by the government. Okay, so and in banks there are computers there that stores the ledger, okay, just like a book. that knows, okay, this person, this is Julius Solomon with this account number, with this BVN, owns this amount of money. Okay, so that way they believe, the bank believe in their system and the CBN believe in the banks. Okay, so whichever value or whichever money you have, it's actually open to the bank and the CBN, but it's not open to other people, and it's not transparent. Okay, a lot of things can go wrong in between. That is how you see that money disappear from your account. They can actually return it back, and so a lot of discrepancies that happen along that line. That is about the central nature of the fiat currency, of the paper money, because it has a central admin. The second problem is the unlimited supply. Now the government creates the money. Whichever time they need money, they can print more money. So over the years, they've printed a lot of money, which like an inflation. Okay, that's bring about inflation. They inflate the numbers of naira or dollars in circulation, and that reduces the purchasing power of your money. So for example, in 2010, if you have 10,000 naira with you, what 10,000 naira will buy in 2010 will not be the same as what 10,000 naira will buy in 2021. I hope you understand. The reason is not because things got too expensive. The reason is because the purchasing power of your money has reduced due to inflation, because there's a lot of money that has been printed into circulation, and this is how this is going to continue to go forever. Okay, the more people get multiplied, give birth and get plenty, the more governments need money, the more they print, the more the purchasing power of your money reduces. Okay, and it seems things get expensive by the day. No, it is the purchasing power of your money that reduces, and this happens to all money. Okay, it's not naira alone, even dollars. The $10 million in 1990 doesn't have the same purchasing power with $10 million in 2021. That of the 1990 is way higher than that of the 2021. Okay, just that in Nigeria it is very bad that the money depreciates very fast. Okay, now we are not here to talk about Nigeria, we are here to talk about Bitcoin. There are a lot of money, a lot of currencies out there that are very useless because of the inflation that happens and how the government have overprinted money. There's one African country I can't remember as at the time of creating video, but the money is so useless that they have to weigh it on a scale. Okay, you no longer count it currency by currency, you have to weigh it on the scale. Okay, this is 50 kg of so currency, and this is what it is worth. That's how useless inflation has made it to become. Now with all these issues and problems and shortcomings of the fiat currency, there's a lot of attempts to create digital money. When they try to create it, there's so many issues they face, and one of the issues that is most important one is double spend. Now if you make money digital, what if you give the person a digital copy of his or her money and she went on to duplicate it? Okay, you Ctrl C and Ctrl P, Ctrl C and Ctrl V or thereabout. Okay, which is Ctrl C is for copy, then Ctrl V is for paste. Meaning if you have $1 or 1 naira, if you can copy and paste it in 1 million places, then you have 1 million naira. That is the issue of double spend. And with that issue in mind, digital currency becomes so hard to create, okay, without a central system. That is why all the digital currencies that have existed so far before Bitcoin, like PayPal and the likes, has a central authority. Okay, it is not decentralized, it has a central system. So in a pursuit to create a digital currency that will solve the double spend problem and also the decentralization problem, a guy posted a white paper. Okay, a guy named Satoshi Nakamoto posted a white paper which is talking about a digital currency that solves all of this problem. Now he chose to remain anonymous ever since then, so nobody really knows who he is or what he looks like. But that was the innovation of Bitcoin, and that is the digitalization of a true currency. Now what is Bitcoin and how does it work? So Bitcoin tackles all these problems that face the fiat currency and also the digital currency. So Bitcoin work in the sense that it's like it's a digital currency with an open ledger. Okay, unlike the bank, it is not an open ledger. It's only the bank that have access to it. Okay, but this time around, it is an open ledger called the blockchain. So all transactions are recorded on it. Okay, you can only see transactions line, the value of Bitcoin sent, the value of charges it attracts, and so many things. But you cannot know where the Bitcoin is coming from. For example, you can't know who sent it and whom received it. That is the pseudo anonymity nature of the Bitcoin. Now, with that in mind, you only have access to your own Bitcoin. Okay, you are in full control of your Bitcoin. So no government or anybody elsewhere can actually seize your money from you. Okay, nobody can take charge over your money and lock your account. And more also, there are different type of wallets. I don't want to go into it too much. I'm just explaining the nature of Bitcoin. So you can see Bitcoin solves the anonymity nature, whereby nobody will know who owns the money, but you can see the account and see, okay, this is the social amount of Bitcoin here, but you don't know who owns it. You don't know who sent it and whom received it. That is very, very awesome and magical. So the fact that you know that a transaction is going on, you can check and verify the transactions. Okay, there are a lot of people that can verify it, okay, called miners on the network, but you won't really know who sent it. That is very, very awesome. The other problem it solves is the central problem issue. Okay, this time around, there is no central admin or whatsoever. It is decentralized. So you can access your money anywhere in the world and nobody can take charge of your money. The other problem it solves is the problem of inflation, whereby there's unlimited supply. Okay, the governments can keep printing money every year, year in, year out. For as far as possible, they can print it. If you exist for the next 1,000 years, money will keep on being printed for the next 1,000 years. And the purchasing power of money will be totally useless in the next 1,000 years. Okay, so Bitcoin is the future of money. So the Bitcoin came out with about 21 million coin. That is the maximum and total supply. Okay, and if the maximum and total supply is exceeded, if it is released all into the circulating supply, then no Bitcoin can be created again. That way, everybody will want more Bitcoin to have, or no, people will still keep working to acquire more wealth and stuff, and whichever thing that is valuable to them. And you are using Bitcoin, for example, now, meaning there will be more demand for Bitcoin, and the supply is limited, so the value of Bitcoin will increase and it makes it more valuable. It is such a superb technology. Okay, so that is how Bitcoin came into existence. So I'm going to stop the video right for now. You can check other videos on Crypto Class Africa to know more about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin in particular, how to trade Bitcoin and be profitable with it. So thank you guys for staying through to the end of this video. I'm Julius Solomon. Do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in a bit.